All right, let's get this party started. CJDV, how you doing? All right, guys, so we're going to wait a couple minutes here because typically we don't do a Tokyo Lab session but on a Thursday, but we are going to do it because I have been down and out for the last couple of days. And we are going to do a Tokyo session on a Thursday, which typically is London. How you doing, fam? How you doing? Yeah, I've been sick for... Not even sick. I've been feeling fine. I just completely lost my voice, which is kind of weird. So I completely lost my voice the last couple of days. And obviously, you guys know I cannot do a live stream while my voice is like completely shot. So we are here. We're rocking and rolling on this Tokyo session here. HyperVid3121, how you doing? All right, guys. So is anyone in a Bitcoin long, a Bitcoin short? We're going to wait a couple more minutes here again because I posted the time for 8:30 p.m. CST. So I'm pretty sure some people are going to be coming on right now. Thank you guys for understanding the last couple of days. I have been down and out. And again, I haven't necessarily felt sick myself. It's just, what can I do when I have no voice, right? Good morning, White. How you doing? Please check your email and let me know when you... Let me know when you are free to do a session as well. I am feeling a lot better. How's everyone doing, guys? What trades are you guys in? Are you any type of Bitcoin short, Bitcoin long? Are you in any altcoin trades at the moment? Currently, Bitcoin up 52%. Nice. Where was your entry? I'm currently still in my Bitcoin short, guys. So we're rocking and rolling with our Bitcoin short. White, I want to make sure I want to make sure you get your coaching because you paid money for it, right? So I'm sorry I got sick. And for those of you who I had to reschedule, guys, I got sick. It is what it is, right? Even I feel my voice is a bit raspy right now, but at this point, I don't really care. I feel good, so we're going to talk. I have no idea why I would be losing my voice. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, we're rocking and rolling. So here we go, guys. Bitcoin, it's about 8:30 right now, so we're going to get started. I've been setting up the live for the day. Enzo, how you doing? Hope you made some good money off that short last night. And I got to meet with you as well. So I got to meet with two more people. We're rocking and rolling. Steven, how you doing? Good evening. Okay, guys, so we're going to make this very, very simple here. We can see Tokyo manipulated. Tokyo manipulated. And you can see the first hour candle here. Literally, the Tokyo Open, we wicked all the way down to 70,003, and now we came back up. So now you're in a range. I would be shorting right here if you're not in a short. Okay, this would be a shorting area for me because you already broke the uptrend. So now here's the key thing, guys, in the market. You broke the uptrend on Bitcoin, okay? And there's going to be a big drop coming here. Very, very big drop lining up in the market. I can see it written all over the place. as long as we stay below this channel and don't fake back inside it, I don't see that happening. So if you're not in a short, this is where I'd be shorting. You could even be shorting anywhere around 71.4 to 71.2. Non-financial advice, protect your capital, of course. Welcome to everybody on the live, guys. Guess who's back? Back again. The chart tender's back. Tell a friend we about to make some profit, baby. All right. I had to throw an ode to Eminem, and I had to throw an ode to the new Scary Movie. Guys, if you're from my generation, not the Gen Z generation that gets offended every 5 minutes you say something, you will appreciate Scary Movie. And I'm telling you guys right now, go watch the trailer. Go watch the Scary Movie trailer. It is just gold, okay? Now, if you're from the generation that gets offended every 5 minutes, go watch the movie. Have yourself a laugh. Get kicked in the butt. I don't know what you want me to say. Do some funny comedy stuff, guys. Everybody, you know, at this point in time, we just all need to have a laugh. I think everybody just needs a laugh, which is why this new Scary Movie's coming out. And another one is White Chicks. Okay, so White Chicks too. And I'm talking to my generation. Maybe I'm talking to the people around 40, 50. I don't know. But there you go. So we are back. All right. Hopefully, like, honestly, at this point, if my voice fizzles out again, I'm going to keep on doing the lives. I just needed a couple days to chill. So again, Bitcoin is right here. We dropped, we broke trend, but that is not what I want to show you guys. I want to show you this macro channel right here, okay? This macro channel on the 4-hour time frame is very concerning if you are bullish in the market, okay? Let me kind of explain to everybody how a downtrend works in a bear market. As soon as you hit the top, you are normally going to drop. What the heck just happened there? As soon as you hit the top, you're normally going to drop, okay? Normally. Only if you hit the top. Well, here we have a peak of resistance right here. And we have a peak of resistance right here. And we now have 3 points. This is a very strong trend. If you're Gen X, have a joke, have a laugh, okay? I'm not trying to get political or gender or anything. I'm just saying Scary Movie is a funny movie. I grew up with that generation. And yeah. Just go watch the trailer. All right. Super funny. After the live. So guys, look at this. The 4-hour time frame. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to jump on the live today is I am feeling better. Is my voice better 100%? I don't know. We'll find out. But one of the major reasons I wanted to jump on, guys, of course, is we don't have a scheduled live today other than London. Well, I can tell you this much. Over 40, 50 people are not going to be on my London session because of the time. So I got to kind of come to give you guys a warning call. Well, if we are breaking this trend right here and we haven't broken it, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, but we haven't broken it yet. But let's say we do break it. This is the next target on Bitcoin, around 50K. Okay, so now we're playing out a downtrend channel to around 50K. Now, of course, we won't just dump to 50K. We need to break this support right here. All right, so we've got major support down here, which is 62, and that is really our next target. However, we are lining up for 50K, 51 to 50K. Now, a couple things I can show you guys supporting this possible drop is we're dropping on the 18. The daily is completely overbought. Now the 3-day, this is where things get fun. So remember, guys, I told you when the 3-day touches the top, we're probably going to drop, okay? Bang, right here. The 3-day is almost at the top in 1 day and 22 hours left. If you look at your 3-day candle, what is it forming? Let's see if anybody pays attention to the lives. Max Murphy, how you doing? What's a good stop loss on your short? Probably 72. Now, there is a fair value gap on the 3-day, which I like, and it hasn't broken it. But the 3-day is forming what is called a tweezer reversal. Okay, I should talk quieter so I don't get. The daily has already formed what is called a tweezer reversal. So what that means is a reversal of trend. Now, right now, Asia manipulated. So that means New York is going to distribute. Because I don't see New York ranging. I see New York distributing. London, I possibly see London ranging. Okay. So what this means right here is we've got a trend line right here on BTC. And again, guys, I'm sorry I always got to bring the bad news on these lives. I got to say, well, we're looking at short. But the reality is until we get back above the 800 SMA, I don't think I'll ever be talking about longs. I might be talking about long scalps, but the reality is we're in a bear market, so we're going to play it, right? So right here, you're going to see that we've got a range. Okay, now we broke the channel. There's a possibility we come back up to 71.7 if Tokyo really wanted to mess with us. But now you can see we're completely overbought right here. We're looking at about 69 as our next target. Pretty much what IXCO is saying. But after that, well, if Bitcoin breaks this area right here at about 69K, you're looking at a drop all the way down to here or a lot lower. Now, the other thing I want to mention to you guys right here, XGenverse, thank you very much. Guys, hit that like button, smash up the like button. Let's run up the YouTube live today. Let's get this thing trending, okay? One, because we need to get the algorithm back working for us because I've taken a few days off, not intentional, of course, and I didn't want to. And the other reason is because I see a really, really big move coming, and we need to warn as much people as possible. So the other thing, guys, here is the 4-hour MACD finally crossed. But that is not what I care about. I care more about the 4-hour. Now, look how long it took that 4-hour to touch the top. Okay? Like, it took over a month, pretty much. Well, close to a month for that 4-hour to touch the top. Now, what do you think that 4-hour has to do, especially in a bearish market? It has to touch the bottom. Also, the 1-hour completely broke trend, and the 1-hour needs to touch the bottom before it resets. So, you're probably going to see a drop into the next 24 hours. Now, again, this would be my bottom. Okay, about 69 to 68.9 in that area right there. We do need to break the 70,006 liquidity gap right here. But if we break that trend line, we know we're coming down here. Now, there's a lot of buys in this area, a lot of blue, tons of buys. So this is a major area where I'd be looking for a bounce. But I would not guarantee it because you hit the top of the downtrend. Okay, there's your downtrend hit. Daily's overbought, 18's overbought. Right now, Bitcoin is on a nuke time frame, okay? This can nuke at any point in time because of how overbought we are on the macro. Nick, how you doing? Whole crypto market move or just majors? Probably the whole crypto market. If I look at total, which is Moises, how you doing? Which is the whole crypto market. Let's see. So this one's a bit different. We actually broke out on total. Actually, no, we didn't. What am I talking about? No, we did not break out on total. So same thing, total rejected to 18 hours, very, very overbought. Daily is very, very overbought. 4 hour already hit the top. Yeah. So you're pretty much looking at the same thing on Bitcoin and on total. The difference with Bitcoin and total is no difference. It already broke the trend. So now what you're looking at is you're looking at a bit of a range, kind of like you have on BTC here. We had manipulation into the Tokyo Open. And what we can kind of see is we can see total rejecting right here, which is your total crypto market cap. And you're kind of bouncing off the 532-ish. Your next level with the total crypto market cap would be around 2.33. But then ultimately you're looking at all the way down here. Now, if you go from the 4 hour here, pretty much, or I guess the 1 hour time frame here for this trend right here, that would be another mini channel, and that would take you to about the 618, around 2.34 trillion. Okay, so we are definitely in a range into no man's land at the moment. And what I mean by no man's land, I mean, guys, all we did is break trend, and now we're kind of ranging, right? Now, the question is, why are we going up when we are dropping and we broke trend? Well, you can see the 1 hour going up, but the 1 hour time frame not really doing anything. Any potential late short entries? Bitcoin, anywhere from anywhere from 71,000 to about 70,004. And my stop loss would be, like, you did break right here, but you already broke trend. So my stop loss would be 72,000-ish, or really at the break of this channel. You're overbought in the 15-minute time frame. The 1 hour is moving up, but nothing is really happening here, right? So again, you have that manipulation fake out down here to about 70,004. And now you can see we're kind of just ranging off this little uptrend break. I could possibly see 71,004 to 7, but in the overall, we are dropping, right? Okay, Doge, guys. Dogecoin's been one of my favorite trades in this market. Look at this massive fake out on Dogecoin, like massive fake out. So Dogecoin's getting ready for another drop here, possibly. This would have been again, guys, when Dogecoin pumps, long it, non-financial advice, protect your capital. Because every single trend that Dogecoin breaks, it ends up pumping. Every single trend that Dogecoin breaks on the upside, it ends up dumping. This is a perfect trade to play over and over. So if we look at Doge now, we're kind of waiting for Dogecoin to become overbought. Once Dogecoin is overbought, it'll hit here. Ultimately, you're looking at Dogecoin dropping to around pretty much the bottom, 0.18 area, 0.81 area. But again, Bitcoin is going to go up, guys, a bit because the 1 hour is moving up. Once that 1 hour, the 30-minute, all of that jazz is kind of overbought, 15-minute is already overbought, then you're going to see things settle. Now, one of the reasons you're not seeing the market or Bitcoin really doing anything is because Tokyo is ranging. There was a bit of manipulation right here, but the reality is the session is ranging. So closer to London, you're probably going to get a major move. All right, let's look at XRP. Thank you, everybody, for coming on the live, guys. I really appreciate you guys. I know it wasn't a scheduled live today, but I had to do something. So XRP has been in limbo. I don't really like touching it. It has really just been ranging, to be honest. Here's a bit of a trend line. $18 hours kind of dropping on XRP. Daily's overbought. Again, you're just in a massive range here. I don't really recommend trading XRP at the moment until Dogecoin is going to be a really good short, though, guys. So keep an eye on it when the 1 hour is overbought. Tim, are you still in your short? So XRP, I don't really recommend trading it until we break. I wouldn't really short it or long it until you hit the top. Like XRP is in a very, very small range. So you kind of want to keep XRP in that range. Yeah, I probably wouldn't touch XRP. It's just not worth it with how much percentage. Maybe if you get a 5-minute time frame. So I would say where I would trade XRP is not based on anything but MAs at this point. I don't like the range on XRP, but I would probably short it at about 139. This is your 800 SMA. You'll get it to drop to about 134. If you do want to play XRP as a large cap investor, otherwise I would just focus it on Bitcoin. It's not much of anything here. Right. Who's in a Bitcoin short, guys? From our entry we mentioned on beastlimitless.com yesterday. I put out a trade all the way from right here. We started shorting Bitcoin all the way up here. I told you guys on the live the previous couple of days, we are going to catch the top. And did we ever catch the top? Now, for those of you holding it, great. For those of you that took profit, you never became broke taking profit. But this is going to be a very nice short if you hold it to almost 69K. Vice versa, if you're shorting right here, this is going to be a good short because once it rolls over, it is going to be a very profitable trade. Okay, so we're also going to look at Ethereum. Another trade I wouldn't trade right now. I wouldn't touch ETH. Because Ethereum because Ethereum is in a downtrend, but there isn't enough risk to reward unless Ethereum comes up here. Moises, did I just hear you say you took my short call? You took a short. I know you usually long, so thank you for the trust. Hopefully you made some money. Hopefully you're in profit. Look at all these legends shorting Bitcoin around the short call. White, good job. Yeah, we got some good trades there. So there's a possibility ETH comes up to here, but if you're looking risk to reward, it's not really worth it. Of course, I do think this is going to break, but I don't know. Guys, Ethereum is just such a weird trade, not because it's weird, but it doesn't move enough. Bitcoin moves more than ETH, where I would probably be shorting ETH is at the break of, what is this, 2000, and then we should drop to about 1800. That is probably would be, I'm still on it, but I see 64K to my second take profit. There you go. That would be a good take profit for sure. Let me see. So if we look at the fib here on a retracement, really from where it started, right? Yeah, that would be the 786, 886 if you go down from where it started. I guess if you go right here. Yeah, that'd be a good entry zone. I will say, though, if Bitcoin does break the 618, it is most likely going down to about 62K. Here's the thing, guys. Something I want to mention on this short. I don't normally recommend holding trades. I really don't. But if you got in a higher leverage trade, or even if you got in a trade that you can ride a bit, there's a high probability this channel is going to play out because we're so overbought on the daily. So 62K would be my short-term bottom. But I realistically do see with that 3-day overbought, I see Bitcoin coming all the way down to 50K or 49. Because keep in mind right here, guys, if you look at the 3-day time frame on Bitcoin, it hasn't moved. Okay, it went from 59K to whatever it went to when the 3-day was overbought. But every single time you had a drop once we touched the top on the 3-day. Here, 53%, right? Here, pretty much 53%. So imagine what 53% would be. That actually lines up bothly right there. That puts you at about $48,000. Josh, do I need all 4 time frames to make a short call? No, I don't. I base it off of risk to reward and break of trend and stuff like that. But I will say, if you're lining up the last 3 times, you can see the 3 days almost overbought and we have not moved. Now there's a possibility anything happens, but we did reject and now we're kind of just waiting off of that resistance into no man's land a bit here, right? Thank you everybody for joining live tonight, guys. Appreciate you. I'm back. I'm feeling a bit better. Lost my voice for those of you that didn't know. Hit that like button if you guys haven't, all right? Now let's see what Tether is doing here. Okay, so this lines up with exactly what I feared. Tether is completely oversold, and Bitcoin is completely overbought. Now, we did break trend here on Tether, but we are definitely bouncing off of a higher low right here. it might break, but if that lines up, then that means that the 3-day is going to be oversold. And just as there's a tweezer reversal closing on Bitcoin on the 3-day and the daily, to the downside off of a reversal, Tether has a tweezer reversal forming. It hasn't closed yet. It has 1 day and 22 hours left. But you have a tweezer reversal forming on the 3-day and the daily to the upside. So when I'm looking at correlation, I'm looking at Tether remaining support here and being bullish, and Bitcoin flipping and reversing and becoming bearish. And how you doing? What's up, Josh? Can you look at Solana come up to 91 before dumping? Still in this. Okay, so Sol did break out. So Solana already hit the top of the channel. Piece 45, true, buy Bitcoin and hold. Thank you for commenting. I agree, Bitcoin is going to be a really, really good asset over the long term. I will like to say I do see Bitcoin dropping again before a reversal being bullish. But yeah, for sure, if you're in it for the long haul, Bitcoin is definitely a good trade to buy and hold. So you guys could see right here, Solana did break out. Actually, Solana broke out of this downtrend right here, but now it is in a nice little rounded bottom and rejecting the breakout with some bearish divergence right here. So I see Solana going down to about, we already went up to 91. So obviously about 87, but I see Solana coming down to about 78. 4 hours coming down, MACD crossed, 18 hours coming down, bearish dive. Daily's very, very overbought with in a rounded bottom. So I see Solana bouncing in the channel a bit, kind of bouncing around right here. So what I mean by this is I don't really see Solana dropping right now. I see Solana playing the game. So 91, 90 to about 79 and so on and so forth until it breaks. And if you're looking at your liquidity gaps here on Solana, here's what you're looking for. So you're looking for a liquidity gap right here. It breaks about 87. You're going to come down all the way to about that $80 region. Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't. I appreciate you all for joining live. Winning Wave, how you doing? So again, guys, you can see Bitcoin kind of ranging right here. Not really doing anything, ranging with the 15-minute overbought. And the reason is because that 1 hour is coming up. But that 1 hour is coming up when you are in this ranging channel at the break of trend. So don't expect Bitcoin to completely drop right now. It might, yes. But I see it playing the range until London. It might start even dropping before London, but this 1 hour does need to catch up. So if you guys are looking at stacking shorts, that would be when this 1 hour catches up. If you're looking to dollar cost average, I never dollar cost average on my losses. I only dollar cost average on my wins, right? And I know that question was, do I think Solana will come up to 91 again? It's possible. We're in a range. We're not really dumping. We're not really pumping. We're kind of in no man's land off of this break of trend right here. It's been a couple days since we had a New York session, guys, so you can expect a New York session tomorrow at around 9 to 9:30 a.m. I will post it tonight. I will post it tomorrow. As long as I can actually talk, which it looks like I can right now, we're going to be doing a New York Live. And we have not done a New York Live in a couple of days, so I'm excited to get back into the New York session. I want to look at Aave here because Aave is a really nice trade to trade along with Dogecoin. But no, Aave is not doing anything. So you're seeing, guys, that altcoins are really, really flat, which isn't a bad thing. Not a lot of people are buying some particular institutional altcoins. Gold, XAU. Okay, we can look at gold. Man, so many trend lines and all this stuff. Okay, let's see. So the initial trend is down here on gold on the shorter term. But I only like lower time frames on commodities or anything like that. The MACD is still dropping on gold. You had a nice little rounded bottom. You rejected the downtrend here. 15 minutes overbought. 1 hour is almost overbought. Typically, this would be a short for me, but I would wait till the 5 minutes overbought. Even you have a 1 minute rounded bottom here. I don't know. Gold's not looking too bad. I would say it does need to break this key resistance right here. But once it breaks that, it's gonna move up. I don't know. That 15 minutes tough though. So I don't know if I'd be longing, but I wait till that 5 minute to be overbought if I was gonna short. I believe you even broke this uptrend on the 1 minute. Okay, so you did break that uptrend on the 1 minute. So I would say if that 5 minutes overbought, we're going to come down on gold. With that 15-minute overbought, it looks like we are definitely going to drop on gold. If we end up breaking this, then you're expecting a move. However, you can see this 4 hours in a bit of a downtrend, and you're almost overbought in the 4 hour. So as long as we don't break that resistance, I would say that gold is definitely going to drop. But then you also have a fair value gap right here. And if you're looking at macro, here's your macro downtrend. So we may just bounce around too. Yeah, so that 5 minutes below that 5,100 liquidity gap right here, if we break it, we run out. All right, guys, so who's shorting the market and who's longing the market? Let's see. All right. In a BTC short, GP, you're long broccoli, bless, and you're in a long on BTC. Okay. Moises long on ADA. Let's go check out ADA. Cardano's are really good. I know you guys are trading on very, very low time frames, though. So J-Mart, how you doing? Long ETH to about 21.30. So ADA's, I guess ADA's looking okay if you're looking at the 5 minute off this fair value gap. 1 hour's moving up. 4 hours just hanging out there. Again, a lot of altcoins, guys, are really playing a really tight range right now. It did hit the top. You did hit the top. So I would say ADA's eventually going to come back down to here at about 24. Not yet, though. Yeah, I would say this is a scalping market or a holding market, whatever you want to put, right? Because you can say this is a scalping market, but you can also say this is a holding market if you get in at the top. Now, for me, I don't really scalp. I only hold trades at the moment. Yeah, Bitcoin's just really, really flat. I want to make these lives exciting, but I think the only excitement I'm going to find is in the New York session. So maybe London. All right, long on Bless. Let's see what Bless is doing. I know we looked at this one either yesterday or the other day. Okay, so Bless hit the top, broke out. Now you're looking at it possibly coming to here. Looking for chasing 2% moves and paying the trader. There you go. So pretty much the same thing. You're looking at Bless coming up. You're in a downtrend at the moment. It did kind of bounce off this area here and fake out. So I would say that once this comes overbought in the 1 hour, 4 hours ranging, daily 18, daily still moving up. Conversion lines being rejected. So the major thing is, can this get back above the conversion line off that bearish dive? If not, we come back to about 004. But I want to keep an alert here because I would love to know when this trend line breaks, because then I'm definitely going to short it all the way down to here. Holy man, this market's crazy boring, guys. Boring. Oh, now we have a red candle. There we go. Just as I said, boring, we have a red candle. Look, I'll show everybody my trade setups at the moment and where I'm kind of in on these trades. So if we go to wins off of beastlimitless.com, shout out to you, Moises, on your ADA trade. Okay, so we're up about $3,000, 600 roughly on our 20x Bitcoin short. Okay, now I've been promoting and touting non-financial advice to protect your capital, but I've been saying, guys, we're going to line up a wicked trade at the top. If you watch and look, this was the trade. And then we're up another trade right here. And this was at 71K I showed you guys. So now we're up 2,000 on our funded account, 3,000 on another funded account, guys. We're pulling in almost close to 10K right now every single trade. And I'll tell you guys what, I trade 30 minutes a day. That is it. 30 minutes a day, and we're pulling almost 10K per trade. Now, keep in mind, some of these are funded accounts. Now, this one's actually MEXC, right? But 10K per trades, per all the trades. And we're only trading 30, 45 minutes a day. I've created a system. I can't wait to show the people that are in the coaching the system that we created, because I plan on documenting it if it's okay with some of the people. And I'm going to show you guys how to make killer money and letting time and letting time work for you. No more you working for time. Time has to work for you, right? So that is pretty cool. My goal, honestly, guys, is to get out of the market. I don't want to be in the market. The market is boring right now. It doesn't interest me. However, I have to make money in the market, right? So, Steven, BTC dropped below 71. It did. So if you guys got on a short right here, you're in profit already. Again, it's probably just going to range a bit until we head to the top of that 1 hour. We manipulate it into the Tokyo Open, or it could just drop. I'll be okay with it dropping. You know, if we drop all the way up to 69K today, I'm absolutely fired up. Enzo, appreciate you. I'm going to text me your email, and I'm going to send you a questionnaire of coaching questions before we start the call, because I just got everything ready for you guys. Yeah, this is good, right? We had a little bit of a fake out here. Little bit of a fake out. Again, guys, we're in no man's land, right? And what I mean by no man's land is we pretty much broke a trend, so we're looking at going to the next trend line. It is pretty simple. Okay, so Dogecoin is that, you know what? I haven't looked at Axie Infinity for a while. I'm actually surprised Axie Infinity has not dropped as much as I expected it to. Like, a lot of altcoins are completely flat, guys. I can't say it enough. The big money players that you want to focus on are things that move with Bitcoin, really, or things that are pumping against Bitcoin. We're going to look at CoinGecko here. See if we have anything pumping. Currently, war is trending. I'm not even going to. Okay, I guess I got to. No. So nothing is really moving too much. Everything's got 0.1%. OKB pumped a bit. I think we looked at Pole the other day. Yeah, we looked at Pole, and I believe people were shorting it. Should have made some money, but it looks like this is... Pole is definitely in no man's land here. 18-hour. Again, guys, if you're not in a short, this is the last time that you could probably get into a short. What amounts did I use on MEXC with 10x leverage? I am in a 20x, not a 10x. And you're looking at about 5,000 roughly, 5,000 at 20x. Yeah, 5,000 at 20x. I really want to see up this Pole trade when it would be good to short, because it is going to dump. See right there, you already broke trend. Look, gold's trying to pump. There's not enough volume in it, but it should drop. This definitely would be a good short around right here. Maybe in this region, Pole would be a good short. It should drop down to about... Well, it should drop about 22%. So if you guys could keep an eye on a Pole short off this break of support that it is at. Maddie Ghost, thank you for commenting. Siren, Jelly, Ellie, Rome Pumping, Dusk. Got it. Thank you. Cam, how you doing? Boys, let's look at power. What is your favorite short of the night? Currently Bitcoin at the moment, because nothing else is moving. Altcoins aren't really doing anything. What did power do? I think it... Wow. That would have been a... I was waiting for the short too, but... That's insane. That is why I'm not longing anything right now. Cam, you could, but I would go 20x. I would go 20x. See, I would have loved to short it right here. Boom, that would have been a nice play. Oh, just forget, right? But all these coins are just pumping and dumping to try and make something happen in the market. Here's what I would do if you're looking at short Bitcoin. It's in the range. It could go to about 71,004. I don't see it breaking that. It might. It might. It might. I wouldn't do 30x though. Would not do 30x. Maybe you could. I don't know. I would, if I was going to do 30x, I'd wait for this 1 hour to become overbought. But the short was really up here. Again, we are in a Tokyo session, so we manipulated at the beginning of Tokyo, and now we are kind of just ranging at the moment, right? So we're not really dropping, we're ranging. We're not really pumping, we're ranging. How about BNB? I would just love to get a short on a low cap altcoin that I know it's going to drop like power. Would love to. So BNB hit the top. BNB is lining up for a really good short. Once it's overbought, has some bearish dive here around 665. It did hit the top. You've got some good support here, but if you could break this conversion line at 639, it should drop all the way down to 600. Caught power, been watching for 2 weeks. There you go. There you go. Wait for the shorts. Line them up. Wait for them, right? See, look, now we're already back at where we were. It's because we are just ranging in this session. We're not too much is happening. We got to wait for that 1 hour and obviously the 4 hour here. Hit that like button, guys. I appreciate you. I want to short Lin. Let's check out Lin. Oh, yeah, Lin pumped a lot. Holy man, this is some crazy type of TA on this thing. So Lin is on a bit of an uptrend here. 4 hours already overbought. The swings on Bitcoin are insane right now, if you're talking about a scalp trader. Got a little bit of a trend here, but I don't know. I would probably only short Lin if this MACD crowd. I don't know. This is weird, TA. How does stable look? These low caps, you got to be in and out, guys. There's no holding them. Stable. Send a nice falling wedge. We could get a big pump on stable to around 2.9 because it did break out. Well, in the shorter term, it needs to break out of here. So 2.8. But if it can break out 2.8, you're looking at 2.9. The 4 hour is very, very overbought or oversold and stable. Hit that like button, guys. Let's run up the live. I appreciate everybody for staying with us through this bearish market. Because I'm doing a Tokyo live right now, there is going to be no London live today. So for the London people, I'm sorry, but we'll get back to regular schedule next week. And we will do a New York live tomorrow morning. I'm feeling a lot better. So we are going to do a New York live tomorrow morning. What is Hype doing? Man, crypto is boring. Okay, so Hype. Well, Hype broke this uptrend and around the top. So Hype should drop. Hype should drop back down. It should. To about 26. Hype has been in this crazy uptrend. But the MACD on the 4 hour is dropping. So, yeah, I would say Hype is going to be a short right here. Unless you break it. But even then, if you look at the MACD on the 4, it looks like a good short all the way down to about 27. Of course, that all depends on what Bitcoin is doing. Well, maybe not. But yeah, Hype is looking like a killer short. Bitcoin is looking like an amazing short. This market looks like it is about to nuke. And let me put this into plain perspective when I say nuke, guys. If I'm looking at the daily or on Bitstamp on Bitcoin, I mean, I want to line up. Okay, so if I'm looking at the macro here on Bitcoin where it bounced on the weekly, right? And I take my fib retracement from right here to right here. That pretty much bounced off my 382. We've seen that earlier. Like right there pretty much. Also, something I want to note, guys, is look at this tweezer reversal here on the weekly. Look at that reversal right there on the weekly. Bang. Okay. This right here was an indication that 123 was the top. And you never seen it visit 123. Then we had a tweezer reversal here. And you never seen it revisit 114. Now look at what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin is promoting a tweezer reversal on the 3-day. Now, if you line up your weekly with right here in the tweezer reversal at the top, now you look at the 3-day as a major reversal point for the market. That could mean, as long as we close, that could mean that Bitcoin is going to be topped out right here. And that could mean that there's another drop coming in. If you're looking at that, and I know people don't want to pay attention to this and thinking we're bottomed, but you need to pay attention to this, because what is that bottom? 50, 48? Well, if you already head to 50, you're already breaking the 382. So what is the next target? 33 and 44. So will it stop at 50 or so on? But I'm telling you guys right now, you probably have a week until this drop really kicks in. At the moment, though, you're playing that channel, right? And that channel is going to be a beautiful thing. Play the channel, guys. I'm telling you, play the channel, okay? Because if you play this channel very well, you could maybe hold a short to about 59 or even 55. Channels play out 90% of the time. And in a bear market, a downtrend is going to play out 95% of the time. But this tweezer reversal here on Bitcoin is enough data for me to say we are having a big drop coming. And you got to keep in mind, we closed the daily at a tweezer reversal. So now we're just waiting for the 3-day to close at a tweezer reversal, right? Just kind of some food for thought for people that are wanting to know where the market is going. Not too much is happening, so I wanted to explain that. Literally not a lot of people are watching crypto right now, guys. It's pretty crazy. Okay, let's look at MSTR for fun. MicroStrategy. Let's see where I put MicroStrategy on the weekly. So we're bouncing off the 382 at the current moment. I got to say, MicroStrategy is looking pretty good. But then we look at the daily. That was the weekly. Then we look at the daily. And same thing, forming a tweezer reversal. It's not perfect, but it is a tweezer reversal nonetheless. And you're rejecting a fair value gap. That means I can see MicroStrategy going to about $58, 54, 55 in that region. Yeah, there's a big move coming up, guys. A real big move in the crypto market. I see it. It's written in our faces. The question is, do you want to capitalize on it? There's also a tweezer reversal on the monthly forming, but I don't think it is going to hold because you got 25 days left for this to close. Yeah, that was a crazy drop on power for sure. All right, what else do we usually look at? Like, what is TRX doing? Tron large cap. Shout out to you guys for being on the live. I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to make something out of nothing. You guys know the market we're in. Nothing is happening on Tron. I wouldn't even touch it. Would not touch it with a 10-foot pole. CJDV Brett, I would love a meme bubble right now. If we could get a meme bubble, everyone would be happy. Remember, we were all complaining we want the memes to stop? No, I want a meme bubble. Someone give me a meme bubble. This is insane. Brett is 007. Crypto Gods, if you can hear me, give me a meme bubble. Actually, give us all a meme bubble. Can Brett go lower? Yeah, it could definitely go lower. It could go lower and completely sell off for sure. It is almost overbought in the 3-day and has done nothing. But it did bounce off here, so I wouldn't try to short it right now, but it could go lower. Okay, Luna Classic. At least Luna Classic is doing something. All right, guys. So after the live, if you want to play poker, I want to gather 5 to 7 people to play poker. So if you guys want to play poker after the live tonight and win some money, it is going to be tournament style. Basically, it's going to be buy-in's going to be 100. We divide that by 7 people divided by 3. You win roughly 233 each. I want to start getting this community together as much as we can. So if you guys want to play poker after the live, we need 7 to 9 people. If we don't get 7 to 9 people, we're not going to play, but there's a buy-in of $100, although you can pretty much double your investment and make another 100 if you win. So let me know if you guys want to play poker after the live, and I'll set it up. What is that middle divergence indicator called? Middle. Oh, the middle and the conversion line. This is called a conversion line. What was the lowest in the last 30 days Bitcoin, Mohammed? I'm not sure 100%. I would have to go back and look. Thank you for commenting. I think in the last 30 days, we're probably looking at Bitcoin being 59K in the last 30 days, roughly that area. Yeah, Luna Classic's not looking too bad. I just don't know if I trust it. Ideally, if this was a normal market, you can probably see Luna Classic pumping to around right here. But this is not a normal market. So it looks like Luna Classic is going to reject off this 4-hour and daily. Is that what you're talking about? The divergence indicator, the middle of the conversion line? Or are we talking about something else? All right, we have about 19 minutes left on this 4-hour candle, guys. Oh, the middle of the RSI indicator. Okay. Yeah. So if you go here, you can get a typical RSI. It's called Relative Strength Index. But they also have RSI divergence indicators. So it's pretty much another RSI with a divergence slapped on top. So pretty much type in RSI, and then it will show you RSI divergence indicator. And then you're rocking and rolling. After this 1 hour is over, bot guys, there's going to be a drop massacre. Hit that like button, fam. I appreciate you guys for all coming on the live. Yeah, what I think I'm going to do, Moises, is gather everybody together for the end of the week. So if you guys want to be on a poker game at the end of the week, Sunday, email me right now, beastlimitless@icloud.com, okay? Because I'm going to put on together a pretty big poker game at the end of the week, which is pretty much, we could do Saturday for sure. So we could do Saturday. If you guys want to be in, we'll have a decent buy-in, and we'll have like 20 people play, like $50 for the buy-in. And then we'll do a pretty big poker tournament. So if you guys want to be in a poker tournament, email me, beastlimitless@icloud.com, and I will email all of you guys and get your wallet IDs and stuff for you to send it to. And then we'll do a fun poker tournament. Because I know a lot of people like poker in here. The 3 indicators you have on the bottom of the screen is MAC day, 3-day, and 1-day. No, so whatever I go to, right? Whatever time frame I go to. The MACD right here is whatever time frame. So this is the 4-hour, 1 hour. It is whatever I go to, right? Whew. Shorts are about to print. Thanks for your comment, 12 Supreme. Thank you, Moises. Thank you, Papalu. All right, what else do we got here? We got, what is SUI at price? $95. That's not crazy. I thought it'd be a lot lower. Have I looked at gold? Yes, I did. And I believe gold is... It was rejecting liquidity gap right here. So we're probably going to see gold reject here. Waiting for that 5. Yeah. Gold is kind of just hanging out. Not really doing anything in this range. You've got a liquidity gap right here on gold. If we break it, we pump. Again, guys, the market isn't doing much of anything. Like, nothing is doing anything. Of course, you've got your scam pump coins, but I wouldn't be putting big money in them. This one's actually looking like Sui's looking really, really good. If we could just get a move. Now, I don't want to move on Bitcoin right now. I want to drop on Bitcoin, but ideally, this would be a recipe for a big pump. Like in a typical market, this would be a recipe for a huge pump on SUI, but it hasn't done that yet. So keep an eye on it. I would definitely set an alert. Maybe we get a big pump on SUI. I'm not sure. Typically, this would be a big pump coming up. All right, guys, that is all I got for everybody on the live today. We will 150 million% have a New York session live because I'm feeling good. My voice doesn't feel strained. I'll drink another tea. I'll be good to go. You guys know the trajectory of Bitcoin here. We're just ranging. Probably going to drop into London. We'll see. We could push up to 71.6, 71.7. What we are waiting for is we're waiting for this 1 hour to become overbought. And it looks like this 1 hour is going to be overbought in the New York session. by the New York session, maybe London. My take profit would be roughly 69, but if we break that, we're looking at a huge, huge drop. Keep in mind the 4 hours got this much more room to come down to the bottom of the RSI in a bear market. Daily's overbought with that tweezer reversal and all of that jazz. So there you guys go. There's your live for today for Tokyo. Again, this was not a scheduled live. It was supposed to be London tonight, but I knew more people would be on the live. And I know I've had no voice for a couple of days. So I wanted to get you guys on there. If you're not in beastlimitless.com, please join it. 100% completely free. Go hang out with the pack chat. Okay. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Hope everyone has a wonderful, blessed day. We'll see you for New York tomorrow. I will post it tonight to confirm there will be a New York live as well. So beastlimitless.com if you guys aren't in it. And thank you guys very much. Post your wins, set your take profits, protect your capital. Have a great night.